Welcome the students of SC Civil for the subject Concrete Technology, Unit number 3, Properties and Testing of Hardened Concrete. For Unit number 3, we will use the reference books M.A. Shetty, Concrete Technology Theory and Practice, M.L. Gambhir, Concrete Technology Theory and Practice, and A.M. Nevle, Properties of Concrete. Now we will see the course objectives. With the successful completion of the course, the student should have the capability to know properties of various ingredients of concrete and concept of mixed design. Second course objective is to learn the behavior and properties of concrete in fresh state and hardened state. Third course objective is to understand special concrete and their applications. Fourth course objective is to understand the durability aspects and preventive measures to enhance the life of concrete. Now we will see the course outcomes. On successful completion of this course, student will be able to select the various ingredients of concrete and its suitable proportion to achieve desired strength. Second course outcome, able to check the properties of concrete in fresh and hardened state. Third course outcome, get acquainted to concreting equipment, techniques and different types of special concrete. Fourth course outcome, able to predict deteriorations in concrete and get acquainted to various repairing methods and techniques. Now we will see the syllabus of unit number 3, properties and testing of hardened concrete. It is divided into two parts, part A and part B. Part A includes hardened concrete, which includes strength of concrete, factors affecting strength, micro cracking and stress-strain relationship, relation between tensile and compression strength, impact strength, abrasion resistance, creep and shrinkage. B part includes testing of hardened concrete, destructive test, compression strength, flexural strength, indirect tensile strength, core test, non-destructive test, rebound hammer, ultrasonic pulse velocity, pull-out test and impact echo test. Now we will see part A, hardened concrete, micro cracking and stress-strain relationship. Micro cracking and stress-strain relationship. So far we have concentrated on properties of hardened cement paste, but we should now take note of the presence of aggregate, that is considered concrete. It has been shown that very fine bound cracks exist at the interface between coarse aggregate and hydrated cement paste even prior to the application of load. Such microcracking occurs as a result of differential volume changes between the cement paste and the aggregate, that is due to differences in stress-strain behavior and in thermal and moisture movements. These cracks remain stable and do not grow under stress up to about 30% of the ultimate strength of the concrete. So here figure 1 we can see stress strain relations for cement paste, aggregate and the concrete. So on the horizontal axis we can see the strain, on vertical axis we can see the stress. So this is the graph for the aggregate, stress strain graph. This is the stress strain graph of the concrete and this is the stress strain graph of the cement paste. The values are given in MPa, that is megapascal or Newton per millimeter square, and here into 10 to the power minus 6, and here it is in PSI. At 70% to 90% of the ultimate strength, cracks upon through the mortar matrix, cement paste and fine aggregate, and thus bridge the bond cracks so that a continuous crack pattern is formed. This is the stage of fast propagation of cracks, and if the load is sustained, failure will probably occur with the passage of time. We call this static fatigue. Of course, if the load is increased, rapid failure at the nominal ultimate strength will take place. The foregoing is a description of the stress-strain behavior in compression as indicated by measuring the axial, that is compressive strength, when the load is increased at a constant rate of stress until failure occurs at the maximum stress. If the lateral strain is observed, a corresponding extension is observed. The ratio of lateral strain to axial strain, that is Poisson's ratio, is constant. for stresses below approximately 30% of the ultimate strength. Beyond this point, Poisson's ratio increases slowly, and at 70% to 90% of the ultimate strength, it increases rapidly due to the formation of mainly vertical unstable cracks. At this stage, the specimen is no longer a continuous body as shown by the volumetric strain curve of figure 2. There is a change from a slow contraction in volume to a rapid increase in volume. So here we can see the figure 2 strain in a prism tested to failure in compression. In horizontal axis we can see the strain, and on vertical axis we can see the stress. So this is the stress strain graph of a lateral strain. This is the stress strain curve of a volumetric strain, and this is the stress strain graph of a longitudinal strain. So here 0 is there. On the positive x-axis we can see the compression, on negative y-axis we can consider as the tension. The progress of cracking can also be detected by ultrasonic test and by acoustic emission test. As cracking develops, the transverse ultrasonic pulse velocity decreases and the level of sound emitted increases, both of these exhibiting large changes prior to failure. As previously stated, the stress strain curve of the type shown in figure 1 is found when concrete is loaded in uniaxial compression, with stress increase at a constant rate. This is, for instance, the case in standard compression test on cubes or cylinders. However, if the specimen is loaded at a constant rate of strain, a descending part of stress strain curve is obtained before failure. This type of test requires the use of a testing machine with a stiff frame, and it is the displacement rather than the load that has to be controlled. Figure 3 shows complete stress strain curves for this type of loading. So here the figure 3 is showing stress strain relationship for concrete tested at a constant rate of strain. So here the strain is there, horizontal axis, vertical axis, the stress is shown. So the black dotted and black circles is showing the normal weight concrete, and another graph which is showing the black line and the white circle is of the lightweight concrete. The existence of a descending branch means that concrete has a capacity to withstand some load after the maximum load has been passed, because the linking of micro cracks is delayed before complete breakdown. A steeper descending curve for lightweight aggregate concrete, figure 3, implies that it has a more brittle nature than the concrete made with the normal weight aggregate. In high strength concrete, both the ascending and descending parts of the curve are stiffer. Again, this implies a more brittle type of the failure. The area enclosed by the complete stress strain curve represents the work necessary to cause failure or fracture toughness. So we have seen the microcracking and the stress strain relationship. So these are the YouTube links available on YouTube. Micro concrete, Ultratech Microcrete, Sikasem fiber force, avoid cracks in concrete and mortar, plastic shrinkage and settlement cracking in concrete, design stress strain curve for concrete and steel, RCC booster, stress strain curve for concrete and steel, stress strain behavior. Next YouTube link is the concrete stress strain curve early age 4 days. So we have seen the unit number 3, properties and testing of hardened concrete, which includes part A, hardened concrete, which includes strength of concrete, factors affecting strength, micro cracking and stress strain relationship, relation between the tensile and compression strength, impact strength, abrasion resistance, creep and shrinkage. Part B includes testing of hardened concrete, which includes destructive test, compression strength, flexural strength, indirect tensile strength, core test, non-destructive test, rebound hammer, ultrasonic pulse velocity, pull-out test and impact echo test. Thank you all students.